Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 59 of Guitar Practice.
59!
That was an intro.
It was that.
It's a couple pieces of Napalm in the Morning by one of my favorite bands, Sodom.
When I say I ate ass bad.
That's okay. I fucked up the
No, you didn't.
the pickup selector of the last take.
Oh, yeah.
It was only two fucked up takes. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Looking at track records, it's a pretty good day for us.
You know, the intro might be the only part of this that we re-record.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Coming off of a long day's work at the strip club.
You know, pole dancing really takes it out of your forearms.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. Announcements. So last week, I made the decision to pretty much talk about live shows before. We talked about live shows that we went to before we talked about live shows that are about to happen.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Talk about the past and then talk about the future.
Executive decisions.
Yeah, an executive decision. Some would call that O.F.P, which is a acronym for own fucking program. It's when somebody's not getting in line. Now, everybody's kind of gone O.F.P before, right? Making their own fucking program for their own wants and desires. And it brought me to a memory of you, Brian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This was back in the day. I don't know if you remember this.
Well, let's see.
But
refresh my memory.
I wrote it down. Let me rifle through my pages here. You had a PlayStation 1 back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
You did. And you wouldn't stop playing Tomb Raider?
Right.
To the point where you started robbing graves because you had a crush on Lara Croft? You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I just had a question about that. Why did you specifically target children's graves in small municipalities when you went O.F.P? Per se? You definitely weren't on anybody else's program because Tomb Raider robbed cool graves, not children's graves. No judgment. I'm sure they didn't feel a thing, but what was the motivation behind?
I really liked Tomb Raider.
But you didn't like digging holes?
Not the video game.
O.F.P. Let's talk about some live shows. Much unlike the Little Dead shows that you used to dig up. Back when you were a fan. I got to see one of my favorite bands ever. Fucking Exodus, dude.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was fucking amazing. It was everything I could have dreamed.
How was it? And where did they play?
They played at 89th. Which I think still to date is probably my favorite venue.
Ooh.
Because it's just...
It's got a vibe.
Yeah, dude. It's got that grittiness.
It's got a feel.
Tons of people have played there, you know?
Yeah.
And the tall boy Coors are like $6, so...
That's hard to beat.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
But,
I enjoy 89.
and you get to be so close, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get to be so close to the band. You can see everything. You can see all their gear. You can see their technique, which sometimes I was focused on, especially when it was songs that I've been trying to play.
Yeah.
I got to see Gary like 4 feet away from me play it. And that was fucking sick as fuck. The mosh pit was rowdy. People were hanging from the ceilings. Lots of battle jackets. Misfire opened up for them, a band that I haven't heard of, but they were really great thrash metal. I mean, it was sick. They did really good, really fast riffs, really energetic. And that day they released their album. So we got to see them play songs that they hadn't played on stage yet.
That's really cool.
Which was, yeah, I thought that was fucking sick.
Yeah, that's really neat.
And then following them was Havoc, which is a band I've been listening to for a while. And that was really cool to see. It's kind of strange seeing... So, like, I didn't know what... Obviously, I know what Exodus looked like because they're fucking everywhere, you know?
Yeah.
But I didn't know what the guys from Havoc looked like, but I've listened to them for a while. It was kind of strange to see, like, oh, those are the fucking guys, you know? And it kind of reminds me of, like, you know, back in the day when they only had, like, radio and shit, how many people actually knew what people looked like?
I had no idea.
I mean, I'm sure they had posters and stuff, too.
I'm sure somewhere there was something for you to see, you know?
Yeah, but maybe in a newspaper, but it wasn't like... You can watch a video of them like nowadays, and I think we kind of take it for granted.
Well, it was like MTV and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, but the radio was long before TV.
Oh, yeah. You're saying like way back even.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So like just this name floats around. Word of mouth, newspaper, whatever. Maybe some still photographs.
Yeah.
And then you go to the concert and see them, and you're like, holy shit, that's them. And I kind of got that moment. I was just kind of thinking of that, you know? Thought it was really cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that with even a lot of local bands. It's kind of like that, you know, like you don't have any idea what they look like, even though you may have been suggested to listen to their music. You'll
hear the name circulate.
You hear the name, you listen to the music. It is kind of that feel, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, not all of them just have their face posted everywhere.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, and like band photos and stuff, you know, and some like live shots and stuff, but it had to be like a stark difference back then, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, could you just like tell anybody, like, yeah, I'm Elvis, baby? Like, are you? I'm like, No, he was around during TV.
Yeah.
But he was the first rock star, though.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think he was the biggest.
He was the first one that went hard.
Yeah.
As a rock star. He was the first one when girls would like cry and fall down.
Yeah.
Like he was
that guy.
He was the king, baby. Had to be kind of weird though. Because we're like so overexposed.
You're not Asian. You can't do an Elvis impersonation.
I don't live in Vegas.
No.
Damn. That's pretty much what I went to the last week. I'm trying to think if I saw any others. I think I talked about the last one in the last episode. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you've been to since.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, buddy?
Yeah, I went to the Entropic show it was the Imagine show in Wichita, at Barleycorns.
Yeah.
It was a really sick show.
Another legendary venue.
Yeah, Barleycorns is really sick. You guys are up in the Wichita area. Check that place out.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
ICT, that's what they call it.
ICT?
It means Wichita.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. We should ask Bobby when he calls. Like,
we should.
It's supposed to be the abbreviation, like OKC. ICT is Wichita, I guess.
And that's weird.
I say they're missing a W, but we can debate that when the king calls.
They're missing a bunch of shit. No, that was a really good show. Entropic fucking killed as usual.
As usual.
I seen a really neat band there. So the lineup was Snowchild, Entropic, Pit Hag, and Imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up leaving early, and I didn't get to catch the tail end of the show. But Snowchild is 100% on my playlist now.
No shit.
Yeah, those guys are sick.
I think it's on Bobby's tips, dude.
Yeah, I think they were.
Bobby's tip?
I believe so.
I remember him talking about them before you went and saw them.
Yeah, well, they just dropped an album not long ago, so I bet that's what it was. And when I say I've listened to that album on repeat on the actual physical disc now.
On the CD.
Bunch of times over. I do like their stuff quite a lot. Really good vibes. Entropic, they fucking, as usual, absolutely murdered on that show, dude. Yeah. It was a lot of fun, though. That venue, I feel like it just supports really pretty much anything, you know?
I like the fact that they book a bunch of different stuff in there. Yeah. You know?
It was even the lineup for this show was, there was like stark differences between the bands and they kind of complemented each other, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder, we asked Sharkbite the question when he was on about how you lay a lineup out, and it seems like a lot of people just kind of like go off of like time in the scene or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
I definitely feel like the lineup could have been better at the show. I mean, totally honest, because it felt like they had like a pace change in there that was kind of weird.
Okay.
But it went like from doomy to Entropic, which is like fast paced, to again doomy and nice and slow, and then right back to it was kind of strange. I don't know. It put like a weird lull on it, but it was still a good show. Like, that's not to say it was bad.
It's hard to say what's going to hit and what's not going to hit. I feel like that'd be such a difficult decision to make. You know what I mean?
The only way you're going to figure it out is just try stuff.
There's one thing where it's like, we're going to build and all the way to the end. And there's another thing like, well, these guys have played for me more than one time.
Yeah.
You know, they're reliable. They're not going to fucking do any dumb shit. Not saying any of the bands would, but I feel like there's a lot of factors that come into that, you know?
Yeah. No, it was a good show though, man. I'm really glad that I went. I know I seen a couple people that listen to the show.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I did for sure.
Yeah,
it was a lot. It was real neat to
shout
see
out to
people
Wichita.
myself. Yeah, shout out to Wichita.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. Anyway,
and that's it for live shows that we've already seen.
That's it.
Let's go into local shows.
Yeah, we'll go announcements and then we'll give Bobby a call.
Yeah, make sure to ask him why it's called ICT.
Okay.
Like, I don't fucking know. Watch him say that.
Yo. All right, listen.
That's just what it is.
We'll put money on it. I'll give you a nickel.
Oh, wow. Thanks. May 8th at the Hideout, ICT. Tar Creek, they're from here.
Okay.
Primal Hominid,
Ooh.
the homies. Given and Old Coffins. May 13th at the VFW here in OKC. We got Dysmorphia, Dread, Aneurysm, and Bad Trip. May 15th at 89th Street, OKC, D.R.I. Old school band.
Okay.
May 16th at Grand Royale, OKC, SILVERTONGUEDEVIL, SCRUMM, Bad Trip. May 17th at the venue, OKC, PITLOCK, KAIZEN, Eternal Punishment, Taker, Primal Hominid, hell yeah, and Football. Yeah. I don't know why I like that name so much, but I do.
I don't know either.
May 17th at 15 South Main, Krebs, Oklahoma. This is a show called Mosh for Mutts. I assume it's for dogs.
Some sort of benefit show, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Which I'm down for dogs. I fucking love dogs.
Absolutely.
In Ruins, shout out. BRIMBORN, Oceans Above, ANERIUM, PARIAH System. I really like PARIAH System. I've seen them 2 or 3 times now. They're fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And Burn the Throne. May 22nd at the VFW, Oklahoma City. ENERVATE, Free for All, OTIS VCR. That's another fucking name that I really like. OTIS VCR.
Just so random.
Shattered Youth and One Big Game. May 23rd at the venue, OKC. Hollowed Thoughts, Tainted Beef. Another one. Double Pump, Flinch, F6, and Forehead Cigarette Burn. Yeah.
Sick.
May 24th at the Railhead in Lawton, Oklahoma. False Idol, Lukavi. Primal Hominid again. Fucking kidding.
These boys are getting
busy this month, dude.
Wow.
Hollowed Thoughts again. Hell yeah. And May 29th at Grand Royale, Dai Kaiju, Lowdown Weasel, and Ugly Cowboys. If I missed your show, send me a flyer, dog. We'll put it out.
It's because you didn't send a fucking flyer.
It's free. And if you did and I missed it, man, fucking my bad, dog. I'm trying to keep track of all this stuff.
It's his fault. Alrighty, let's give the king himself
Call King Bobby
a phone call.
Call him now. We must know why. It's called ICT.
Yeah.
Hello?
Bobby.
King Bobby!
What up?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's King Bobby. Hey, question right off the rip. Why is it called ICT?
I think that's the call for the airport, Mid-Continent. I want to say on the flight map, that was their 3-letter call out, ICT.
Ah.
I see. So it's not just completely...
We are the air capital of the world, after all.
Oh, yeah, it's Boeing and all that shit up there, yeah.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's fucking huge factories and shit.
Okay. Well...
Yeah. We rock planes, motherfucker. What's up? Planes in the planes. Planes in the planes.
I thought it was because some abbreviation for like the illest cowboy town or something like that, you know?
Which call was that, too, back in the day on the Chisholm Trail? The Delano District? That's where all the cowboys used to drink on that side of the river.
Fuck yeah.
Sick.
Well, congratulations on the show. I heard it was good. I wasn't able to make it.
It was a pretty good time.
Hell yeah.
I had a great time.
Barleycorns is sick as fuck.
Dude, I know it was popping pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The new song went great. If you missed out, sucks for you. Sorry, or heavy? Is it heady or heavy?
Heavy.
Eddie.
Heady.
But
No, it did go fucking great. You guys absolutely smashed up there.
Thank you.
hell yeah. What are we adding to the playlist today, man?
Dude, so first and foremost, Chicken Witch.
I've seen him.
Did you say chicken witch?
I've seen the name floating around. Tell me about him.
Yeah. Dude here in Wichita. I believe he's a guitar player for Doom for Death as well.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
dude.
God.
But fucking, it's awesome. It's black metal. A lot of it, the other stuff is instrumentals on Chicken Witch, but there's one he came out with recently, Chicken Witch and Severan the Immortal singing on it. It's fucking sweet.
Hell yeah.
I'm jamming it here and there.
Yeah, you had to make sure to send us the stuff after so we can properly tag.
I I got nice cropped pictures for you this time.
Sick.
Dope. Well, hell yeah, man.
And then, dude, when me and Blake went and saw Belfagor up in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome, dude. These guys, the Vale of Pnath or Vale of Pnath, I don't know if the P is silent.
Oh, I've seen it, yeah.
They fucking rip, dude.
Interesting.
I listened to their first album, but the album before that, the really colorful one, it's fucking sweet. I think it's just called 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
2!
Tell me it was their third album.
It's got the production suite, the guitar lines. It's fucking awesome.
Hell yeah, dude.
Sick.
We'll be sure to check them out.
Hell yeah, dude.
Well,
it's fun to listen to. It's just entertaining, good music.
Good shit. We'll tag them. We'll put them in the description. And for anybody interested, the playlist is rather large and it gets updated every week. So listen to it. They're all picks from Bobby.
Bobby's tip.
You
got anything else for us, King?
Oh, not too much. Just back into the cave.
Nice. Way to plug your own stuff, man.
See, thank you for reminding me. I forgot. Florida Man still going strong, dude. Listen to it. Iconoclast is a banger too.
Absolutely.
It's on all streaming platforms. If you want to book with us, holler at us on the Facebook. We have Messenger and we respond quick. That's the best way to get a hold of us.
Sick.
If you don't have Facebook, get a hold of Heavy and Brain. They have our contact information for the old school folk.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Billy Mays here.
What did you say? Are we good?
Yeah. All right, King Bobby. We'll
Gentlemen.
We'll catch you on the flip flop.
I'll talk to you next week, brother. Be easy.
Oh yeah. Take it easy, guys.
King Bobby is hilarious.
Yeah, he's the best. It's an airport code.
I wouldn't have guessed that in a million years.
Man, I thought it was going to be something a little more interesting.
You owe me a nickel, by the way.
Why? Because it's not Illest Cowboy Town?
No, because he didn't say, I have no fucking idea.
Damn.
I'm
going
a
to take
rich
out
man.
a loan for
I'm
that.
a rich man.
Dude. Really putting me against the ropes for groceries this week. Fucking hell. All right. Next segment. Working on.
Can I tell a quick story?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not, I am, but I'm not working.
O.F.P. Go ahead.
So I had to call a bunch of veterinarians recently. Got a super old, super sick dog, and it's getting time. I'm gonna
put that old yeller down.
Gotta put him down, and calling around all these vets. Can I tell you that I've never been more pissed off ever at a phone salesman in my life? And I'm going to call these veterinary offices phone salesmen.
Why are you talking to a salesman? You need to be talking to the executioner.
Okay. I thought I was every fucking time. But every vet that I called is trying to sell me on all kinds of random crap for my dog. They're trying to get me like footprints and a piece of stone paver for an extra $100. Trying to get me.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Like
for a footprint, and then
ashes turned into fucking this or that fancy little bullshit. Fancy fucking.
I get it, but like
they're trying to sell this shit for a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
I don't want to pay fucking $300, $400, $500 to put down a 3-pound dog.
Yeah, you're not even fixing anything at that point.
No, that's not what I want to do. And I end up getting upset at all these vets because I'm like. I just want a fucking.
Already,
I just want a number for them to put the dog down. I just want to be quick and easy. Phone call, we'll set an appointment, do the thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. I handle it with my family at home. No, they just keep going on and on and on. And every time I think I'm about to get a number, they try and add something new to me. And eventually I get pissed off and tell them, kill my fucking dog or I'm going to hang up the phone. And then I get hung up on.
Someone
and now
kill
I'm
this
the bad guy.
fucking dog.
Okay. Now I'm the bad guy, I guess.
Well, I mean, that's pretty metal.
Quit trying to sell me dumb shit that I don't fucking want. When I tell you that I don't want it, I don't expect you to be a fucking salesman. I just want you to be the vet.
That's such a great. It's a pretty sinister sales tactic.
A little bit,
because this is the way I look at it. Like, all that shit is like all over Instagram and shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking everywhere. You know, you can get your fucking, dead grandma's ashes made into a pendant.
Sure.
That's sick. If you want to do that, that's awesome. To remember somebody by, that's cool.
If you don't.
But at the same time, like, if I'm calling somebody to put a dog down, I am not happy.
I'm not in the mood.
I'm not happy at all.
Okay.
And if you're trying to, like, honestly, it kind of seems like you're taking advantage of a person in a really awful position.
One of them definitely was, for sure.
Like, all you'd have to say was, like, is there anything, any kind of memory? We have a lot of options if you want any keepsakes.
I'm okay
and
with
then
that sales
end it
pitch.
there, dude. End it after keepsakes.
If I say no, don't fucking keep reverting back to it. Okay?
Yeah.
I get that you're trying to sell this shit.
Damn,
whatever.
dude.
It was really frustrating, and I'm not going to name vets because that's just not okay. But, it was. I had one specific one that, I kept
Just
telling
tried to
her.
bulldog
I kept
you?
telling her. I was like, I don't want this. She's like, well, you're really going to want something to remember your dog by. And I was like, no, I'm good. I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, but I really think that this will do.
Oh, my God.
I swear. Could not get a fucking number out of
the
her.
fucking devil, bro?
I swear. And that's when it started. That was the first one that I called. And that's when I got pissed off and told him, just kill my fucking dog or don't.
Yeah.
And I ended up having
I understand. I understand why you said that.
Yeah, I started getting upset. I started getting angry at these people. I wanted to go down there without the dog.
You're trying to poke and prod me
leave
in
me
my
the fuck
time
alone.
of weakness.
Yeah. No, I ended up having to recruit someone else to make the phone calls for me. I was getting not happy.
Yeah, I don't know if I could deal with that either.
No.
Like, if it's going to be this painful, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, dude, because, are you sure?
None of that.
Because and
that.
I'm trying to think of, like, a metaphor for, like, selling something else,
Insurance?
Well, I think everybody understands that that's a scam.
Yeah.
You want gap insurance? I'm like, it's fucking 20 years old. No. You know what I mean?
Gap these nuts.
Here we go.
I don't know, man. It was tough. That was an experience.
Here we
That's
go.
my story.
This is what's going on right now. Think about it this way.
All right.
Desert.
Desert?
You're out in a desert.
Okay.
You're dying of thirst.
What kind of desert?
The one with sand in it. It's hot.
Okay.
There's like vultures starting to circle your fucking tattered body.
Okay.
You have a sunburn, and you're like hours away from incapacitation, right?
So not like cookies and cream ice cream?
No.
Desert?
You fucking O.F.P. again. There we go. You come up to a guy who has a cooler full of water, and you say, how much for the water? He's like, wow, you look thirsty. He's like, I need water. How much? He's like, well, we could add in a flavor packet for $2 more. He's like, yeah, but I need water. I need water now.
$2 on top of what?
It was like $2 more for the flavor packet because you're really going to want that for your water right now. You see what I'm saying?
We also got this.
Shut the fuck up and give me the water before I rob your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got two different types of cups too. We have a small disposable Dixie cup, and then over here we have the nice eco-friendly.
And we can take a picture of this cup after you empty it, and then we can mail it to you later for $700. Like, yeah, but how much is the water part?
I never got an answer.
Got an answer, huh?
I did out of a couple, and that was in the high 3s, low 4s. Which is crazy. Yeah, but not after I
Drugs are
got
expensive, bro. It's not up to them.
I'm taking him the end of the week here for under $90.
Is it a farmer?
No. It's a fucking veterinary. They're going to use the same drug.
Yeah, okay. Well,
I don't know.
So Brian's working on killing one of his dogs.
Yeah.
Did you play any guitar? Any sad dog songs?
Yeah.
Let's hear them. Let's hear the sad dog song. It's much akin to the Mad Dog song, but a little smoother.
No, I have been working on making that a little bit smoother, though.
That was pretty clean, and you got the bass note in there, too.
Yeah.
That was good, man.
Yeah.
It was really good.
I have been just trying to work on making my brain get that down a little bit.
Yeah.
Other than that, just running Napalm, and I haven't done the Slayer thing in a few days, but I was working on that right after the last recording for about like 2 days or so.
Hell yeah.
It's not going great.
Well, that fucking sucks, dude.
Hold up. I don't even know if I can play it with the rhythm. I cannot play that with the rhythm. I've done so much without it.
You gotta learn how to do it.
I don't know, dude. Let me just try and just play it
I'll
first.
just turn way down.
Okay, let me just try and play it real quick.
All right, go ahead.
God, that's fucking horrible.
Hey, you gotta relax, dude.
I guess. I don't know, dude. I feel like I'm just missing all of it.
Just gotta chill, dude.
I don't know. I did work on that a little bit, but it doesn't show at all, so I don't know.
Dude, I had these strange weeks where I work on something really hard and it gets worse, and then next week is better. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the ebb and flow. It's the in and out. Life, a circle, not a triangle. You know what I mean? Just trying to help you out, bud. You ain't got to be mad at me. Just trying to help you out a little bit. You know?
I don't think I want to do this anymore. That's too fucking
That's
bad.
the sound of divorce. You hear that sound?
Yeah. Oh, God.
I'm calling my lawyer, Jerry. Babe, why? I just can't do it anymore. You expect too much.
Oh, God.
Bitch, you don't even work. No. I don't know how it goes. You know what I'm saying?
Stop hitting me.
Why are you punching yourself in the face?
Oh, God. Well, fuck, man.
I'm not going back to prison.
Well, that's really hilarious.
Comedy. That Mark Norman says all the time. Comedy.
Yeah, man, I've been just working on a little bit. Not a ton. I've been kind of busy.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I had a great week.
You're fucking about to blow me out of the water.
I had a great week. I actually haven't really learned how to play a lot.
Do it while I pack my shit up.
But babe, please stay. Babe, come on. Let's talk about it. We can work this out in the bed. Isn't that how it always works anyway?
Fine.
Marriage counseling from Heavy. I got you guys.
Fuck it out.
We'll keep you together.
Literally.
So, I watch a lot of guitar stuff on YouTube, right? And I was laying down and I found this channel that I'm sure everybody's heard of because it's really popular. It's called Guitar Mastery.
I've never heard of it.
Well, you fucking have now. Let me tell you, that dude's sick. And he does a lot of shorts.
Okay.
He does a lot of shorts. He does a lot of long form videos too, but he does a lot of shorts. And I was just having trouble with my gallops past 160 BPM, right?
Yeah.
And you remember a couple weeks ago when I was like, yeah, I overplayed, my arms kind of seizing up and shit. I'm like, all right, well, let's go down a rabbit hole and see if anybody's ran into the same problem or whatever. And it pretty much went right back to the whole thing where it's like too much tension, bro. Like you don't have to squeeze the guitar that hard. You don't have to squeeze your pick that hard. You don't have to do blase, blase, blah, right?
I am trying to work on that.
And I always knew that, right? And I always knew that less tension is more speed, right? But I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't understand it because I learned to gallop pretty much like how I learned a tremolo pick. That, for me, has been problematic when increasing speed and length of playtime. Right? So if it's a huge string of gallops past 170 BPM,
yeah,
eventually, no matter what, it starts to get rocky. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I watched some of his videos about controlling tension, and he was like, the way I practice is I practice as low pressure as possible. I specifically turn down the metronome to 50% of what I think I can do. And then I sit in my bed and I watch TV and I do it automatically. He was like, because the thing is, if you can do it automatically for a long period of time, then you're using the correct amount of tension. I was like, oh, okay.
That makes sense.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but fast means hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He pretty much explained that the reason you're overcoming an obstacle with force, is what he said, is because you haven't done enough reps at a comfortable speed where you focus on precision instead of the speed.
That makes sense.
And he was like, the speed will pick up naturally. Whether you decide to turn the metronome up or not, that speed will eventually feel slow. I was like, okay, yeah, I've heard all this shit before. Cool. What I haven't really heard of before was he broke it down to the point where pretty much he said less pressure is going to enable you to have more speed. But how do you get less pressure, right? With more precision. So instead of hitting the fret dead in the middle of the frets with like the flat of your finger, which requires a lot of pressure, like bar chords require a lot of pressure to not do that and do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're doing single notes, make sure you're arching your fingers, and there's an optimum point where that finger needs to hit the string on your fretting hand.
Oh, yeah.
Also, if you move your finger more towards the fret, it requires way less pressure. And you can hear that little buzz. I'm using the same amount of pressure at both spots. This is up more closer to the fret, and this is further away from it. You can hear that buzz.
Yeah.
So I was overcoming that buzz by just pressing harder. But because of this new focus on precision of movement and precision of finger positions, it was almost like I was accidentally going faster. It was fucking weird, dude. It was very weird. Just on the normal. Just normal shit. I was like, whoa. After like 10 minutes of being on a slow metronome.
So just less pressure. Yeah, it makes
more
sense.
Precision. Like more of a focus on precision.
Yeah, so like if you're using less of a muscle to do that action, you can use more of the muscle to be more precise. Yeah, that makes sense.
And it clicked, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, well, there's a fretting hand issue. Cool, you know? And then I was thinking about like the death solo that I learned, kind of. I still can't nail it. But a lot of times when it gets to the hard parts, I'm tensing up and my fingers are flattening, and I'm using way more energy than I should. But the fretting hand has never really been like a huge issue for me.
Picking is crazy.
It's been the picking, especially with metal. There's a complex, fast picking. I learned the tremolo picking, like we were talking about last week, where you tense pretty much your elbow joint and use that as the stop.
Right.
And that's how I was learning to do my gallops, but it was just gassing me out. I was like, okay, let's try to apply the same thing to your picking hand. So I'm talking like 100 beats per minute metronome, just the eye of the tiger. Yeah, like really, really slow. And then I just I took that same amount of pressure and form. And I know there's a attack issue, you know, because if you're playing real light, you know, it's not like the greatest. You can hit the string harder and get a cooler sound. But for the most part, when you're going along, especially if it's a long stretch, less pressure, the better. And I was breaking speeds, not consistently, not like throughout the whole thing, but I was, because as soon as a hard part got, like, my right arm kind of tense, I'm talking like a hair, like a fraction of a tension would throw me off, and I'm like, damn it, I fucking did it again. So now I'm fighting to like maintain that same amount of intensity.
Yeah.
Because as soon as it starts ramping up, I start fucking up. And I've actually got just yesterday, that song that I've been working on, I got some of the best takes that I've had gotten in weeks, dude. Weeks. And I watched that video Saturday, and I was recording Sunday, and I was like, holy shit, dude. The problem is like when I'm playing something cool, I like to get excited. But then I noticed...
Yeah, then you tense a lot.
I noticed if it's a riff that I've been playing for a long time and I already know I can do it, I just naturally use less tension. So like I don't know, man, it just connected, it clicked, and I'm like, fuck, I've been practicing wrong for a while. And yeah, I really think that it's going to take me to the next level, especially focusing on precision.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that makes sense. That's where the next level is, right? It's just more precision. Nothing else to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be more precise.
With the same amount of energy.
Yeah.
That's the weird part, is like I would do my little practice exercises And all Saturday and Sunday was like on the metronome, because I'm not focusing on playing the speed by ear or anything like that. Well, now I'm focused on using the right amount of tension right on time of the metronome, like doing exactly what the task demands. And there was some points where I was like, how the fuck did I just do that? It was very weird.
Just because you're relaxing?
Yeah, it was very weird. And another thing he was talking about picking is pick depth. That's another thing that you got to sit there and fuck with, because if you're picking too deep, it gets jammed up. And I was overcoming that with just brute force.
Yeah,
it's another area of lack of precision where I mean, you can just, but you can hear it's already, when you could just, I still got to think about it, but, and the attack's not there yet. I'm sure it will get there again, but it was just very strange. It was one of those moments when playing guitar where you're like, what the fuck is going on here? How did I just...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That. Yeah.
That was very cool. And I'm learning a new song. Speaking of Slayer, I'm learning more Slayer.
Ooh, brother.
So I just started working on this a couple days ago.
You gonna rip it?
I always ask Bobby now. I ask Bobby what next song I should play, because he's a way better guitarist than me.
Yeah.
So he knows, like, because I'll pick a song that's fucking so far out of range. And I'll try to grind it to pieces, and then I just get sad, and I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. So it's great learning songs that he tells me, because he kind of understands, like, the levels of the songs already.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, he fully understands how hard that song's going to be and this song's going to be. So it works pretty good.
That's cool.
But this is The Antichrist by Slayer. We're going to try it. It's really fast. It's at 240 beats a minute, and I can do it about 190 on a good day. There we go.
Played at 280.
Real messy. I probably played that way too fast, but yeah,
it sounds
faster than I was able, but it's not bad. Not bad for a couple of days.
Yeah, it's not bad for just a couple of days.
It's one of the fastest, like those. It's one of the fastest ones of those parts that I've ever tried to learn.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah, when you listen to the song, you're just like, God, dude, that's fucking nuts. So, like, just to learn that, I've really been having to focus on, like, how do you play the guitar? Like, core.
Yeah.
Like, core shit. Like, not like, oh, you pick it up, but, like,
you gotta
like, how do you really, like, what's the best way to operate when especially when you're going that fast and shit? Because you can't have your fingers and shit flapping around. Otherwise, you're going to miss. Yeah. Or you're going to just go too slow. And that's pretty much what I've been working on. That and just exercises. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Watching a lot of music theory videos because I feel like I'm on the verge of like understanding more.
It's such a rabbit hole watching videos on music theory because it's so open-ended.
It's fucking massive. But I want to learn how things fit together. Like, I want to learn like why scales fit with chords and what the fuck is a third and a fifth and all this shit. It's stuff that's probably good to know.
I watched some of that, but I think I just have a hard time grasping it anymore, because it's almost like I'm restarting music, like I had a lot of time in it before, but I took such a break, and then I also switched instruments now. I kind of am just relearning all of it, all the stuff that I used to know. So
I did watch some stuff on like major scale versus minor scale and like the pattern. And then, cause I like all like the soloing, like the freestyle shit that I do, like just made up shit, playing along to the radio and stuff.
Yeah. That's a great exercise, by the way.
Decent ear. Like I can kind of tell, and then I'll just make a pattern by ear, but I couldn't tell you why that pattern is that way.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
like I couldn't tell you why it works or what it is.
I do that a lot. I do play to like the radio, just playing in the house, random whatever it is,
Yeah.
And my house tends to be literally all over the place,
Yeah.
just because I got a toddler running around too.
Well, yeah.
So,
demons.
Yeah.
Demon in the house.
I think that's a great exercise, and I feel like I get the best guitar practice out of that.
It's definitely the most fun, but now like I'm questioning like, so I assume that when you hit a certain level of physical ability with the instrument,
Okay.
in order to put that physical ability to use, you have to hit like a mental like landmark to where when you hear something, you just know. Like whatever, it doesn't matter where you are on the fretboard, you know the pattern for that because you've identified it. You know what I mean? But I haven't even begun to identify it. I can just play by ear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I got you.
So, yeah. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm watching videos on that. That's really about it.
Like 10 minutes, probably.
Yeah, probably.
It's a good time for a piss break.
Yeah, piss break. And we're back.
We're back.
Back to episode 59 of guitar practice. Did a lot of guitar practicing. Feel good about it. You don't always have those weeks.
No.
Some weeks you just get gutted, but some weeks
it feels good to just sit down and play like a lot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like I just get so caught up in learning to play cool songs.
Yeah.
When a lot of times when you get to a point where you're like, fuck, I want to get to the next level, you gotta break it down, dude. You gotta get down to bare bones and figure out what the fuck's going on under the hood.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna try to prioritize that more and prioritize the metronome more. It was the best recording day ever after that.
I need to spend more time on more basics like that, maybe that'll help.
It will.
Yeah.
For sure.
Anyway,
let's get into some fucking other topics and shit.
Yeah, let's get into some.
There's been a couple things happening this week.
Yeah.
A couple things that I found. Coffin Feeder.
Huh?
Is a great band.
Okay.
They're sick as fuck.
Yeah.
I always write down the bands that I kind of find, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, that fucking band rocks. I think they dropped a pretty new album. But yeah, shout out Coffin Feeder. You guys sick as fuck. Good shit.
Hell yeah.
So, I'm not really one for drama. There's a lot of like band drama and stuff like that. I'm not really into all that. But I thought this whole thing was interesting. It's going around like the online guitar community right now. I don't even know who this guy is. I guess he's a guitar content creator. Kind of like us. Probably better.
Okay.
At guitar for sure, probably. But I guess he ripped a bunch of solos and sold the tabs as his own.
Oh,
maybe
that's not good.
There's allegations flying all around. I'm not sure what the truth is, but you know Rick Beato, right?
Rick Beato?
Yeah. Beato.
I don't think so.
Ultra skillful guitarist, has been creating content for a long time. He's up there with Marty Music and like
it does sound familiar.
If you saw a picture of him, you'd be like, oh, that guy.
Let me pull him up. Let's see.
Pull him up.
Rick.
There he is.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I told you. I was like, you definitely know who he is. He's fucking awesome. He really is.
Yeah.
But, and he has like, he only has killers on his show. Like point blank period. He only has killers on his show.
Okay.
To where like those killers will play something and he'll laugh like, Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's like old school with it too, like ZZ Top and shit, you know. He's not like, I don't know if he's like into like death metal. I don't think I've seen like any slam bands on his show. But he's like one of those classic like fucking Fender guys, one of those classic Gibson guys, one of those classic fucking semi-hollow body dudes that just fucking shreds. And he knows all the stuff about music theory and all that shit. He's fucking God, you know. Well, apparently the Giacomo guy came through the studio, made a video, and he was like, he just wasn't playing good enough for me to put the video out. And I was he was like, I'm not going to get into the drama about who stole what, but you know, a lot of people know that he sung by the studio, and he wasn't, you know, I couldn't put the video out. And I was like, dude, that's worse than you saying I stole something, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. That's bad.
Anyway, I thought that was interesting. I don't know if he stole or whatever, but the internet thinks he did.
Well,
and
if this guy says he can't put it out,
that would break me as a man.
Yeah.
But then again, also, if he called me to come on his show, I'd just be like, hey, bro, don't do this. You're wasting your time, bro.
Yeah. Just be honest.
What key are we in? I'd be like, what about tabs? You know what I mean? Not that there's anything wrong with tabs, but fuck, man.
Yeah.
There's levels to this shit, you know? It's like a white belt trying to fight a black belt. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, if you're not at the level, don't pretend to be at the level.
I always thought, so I took martial arts for a little bit, and the first day you're just like, wow, everybody in here is just a badass and they'll beat the fuck out of everybody. And then over time you realize like, oh, he's on this level, he's on this level, he's on this level, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But the coach was just so accurate in what you need to work on that it was astounding. And a lot of times it's something you didn't even know you were doing wrong or this or that.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume, not even strongly assume, I pretty much kind of get that someone who is at a severe level of guitar expertise will be able to look at someone for like 3 seconds and be like, ooh.
Yeah, they'll
you know what I'm saying?
Pick out exactly what level they're
like
at.
everybody needs to work, everybody needs to practice, you know, but
yeah.
It can't take more than a couple seconds for this guy to be like, I don't know, dude. You don't have your feet in the right position. You're not keeping your hands up. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I mean, there's little things that you spot, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, just with the experience of me trying to record something, I was like, wow, this is really shining a light on all the dark places that I don't want it to be shining right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for a spotlight like that, dude, I don't think you're hiding anything, dude.
That would be tough.
I don't think you're hiding shit.
No, you can't.
So, Giacomo, if you stole something, don't steal stuff.
It's not cool.
That's not cool.
No.
And if you didn't, man, I feel bad for you, dude.
I mean,
other than that, I guess that's all I got to say about that issue.
That's all there is to say, really.
Yeah. I found a fucking news article. Talk about a heartbreak. I guess this is the heartbreak episode, dude.
Okay.
This dude hits $167 million jackpot and he gets arrested 2 days later.
What?
Assault and battery on a police officer.
Oh my God. That's not a short time either.
2 days?
Come on, dude.
$167 million down the fucking drain.
Get your shit together.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. He got an argument, got pulled over, probably DUI or something, and then I guess he had charges before, did time. I was like, that fucking blows. I think it was here in Oklahoma, by the way. I'm not sure.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That sucks. Yeah, that is a heartbreak.
Isn't the universe kind of strange?
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of the definition of live fast, die hard.
Maybe he was just on a 2-day bender and it just got to his head or something.
Who knows?
I don't know. You know how much drugs you can buy with $2,000?
At least a joint.
At least one joint. So, I got to bring the guitar down for this next topic.
Whoa.
We ain't done this in a long time.
What is it?
About to find out, dude.
Okay. He's got a very suspicious face right now.
Fuck, I haven't even practiced this, so we'll see. Iron Man of the Week, dude.
Whoa.
It's been a long time. We only did it once. It was a long time ago with the fucking Cancer Christ guy, dude.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
We've had a child of metal go astray.
Okay.
Have you heard of the death metal band Possessed? Old school. Real old school band.
Sounds pretty familiar. I've probably heard them, yeah.
The original guitarist of Possessed, Brian Montana, that's his name, got in a gunfight with the cops and died.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother. What are you doing?
So for those of you who haven't been listening for a while, every time somebody in the metal community does a crime, he becomes the Iron Man of the Week.
Well,
we're not propping up his crimes. Because when I get into this story,
it's not every time someone does a crime and they're just in it. It's got to be pretty.
It's got to be something
pretty
on the
metal,
news, though.
It's got to be pretty metal.
It's not metal in a good way.
Oh well.
Most of the stuff we talk about when it comes to Iron Man of the Week is like, God damn it, why?
Yeah,
you know
fair.
What I mean?
Fair. Yeah. Let's hear.
So apparently, this started with a disagreement with his neighbor about a tree branch.
Obviously.
That's like overhang some sort of property line dispute. And then he started shooting a gun in the air.
Obviously, that's how this started.
And then when the cops got there, he had a rifle, a shotgun, and a handgun.
Oh, God.
And it was a 25-minute gunfight.
What?
He was using the vehicles as cover and all this stuff. Now, I don't think he's been...
Did he use the tree branches cover? That's what I want to know.
I don't think he wanted the tree branch there. But I'm sure he was okay with it if it
Get rid of it with lead, brother.
Well, it didn't save him. I'll tell you that much.
Aww.
Yeah, they tagged him. 25 minutes.
That's impressive.
Is a long time. One man versus. They had the whole state.
A fucking lot.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They had the whole state there. As soon as they heard gunshots, they called at least 3 squad cars,
It like at a bare minimum. Yeah.
But yeah, he's dead now. Iron Man of the Week.
Yeah,
I
fuck
believe I
trees.
fucked up the Iron Man riff. That's embarrassing.
Fuck trees.
Fuck trees, dude. I don't know, man.
You should have just moved to Kansas where there is none.
Listen, guys. Should have moved to ICT, bro.
No trees.
If you have a disagreement with your neighbor,
Don't handle it with warfare.
fucking keep the guns at home, kid.
For real.
I would not use guns against your neighbor. Love your neighbor as yourself. And if the tree is in the way, just fucking cut it down at night. Don't get in a gunfight
Oh,
with
God.
cops. That would have been a way better approach to the situation.
I want to see this tree. I got some questions to ask this tree.
What if it's a cottonwood tree and he kept getting allergies?
Timothy McVeigh. Just fucking blow that bitch
Blow
to
the
the
tree
ground.
up, ram it with a car. Even that wouldn't have gotten you killed. You know what I mean? Unless the airbag didn't deploy or
Well,
something.
maybe, yeah, you can. That is ridiculous. It's really funny, though.
Pretty fucking wild news story,
Yeah.
right?
It's really stupid.
Iron Man of the Week. Brian Montana. We wish you didn't do that. And we hope your family is
Treeless.
taking it well. And that's the sound of divorce.
I hope they never have to see a tree again.
Here's a segment we haven't done by ourselves in a long time.
What's that?
Guitar Hero for real.
Yeah?
Let's do it, man. It's been a while. I'm
Okay.
feeling snappy. I'm feeling good.
Oh, yeah. You're going to kill me on this one.
You never know, dude. It could be a yellow ball.
Could be. Who's going? You're going first or me?
Fucking tree, dude.
I'm going to go first.
You're going first?
I'm going to go first.
Let's see what we got. That's how you mix them. Whoa, that bad, huh? Turn your head and cough.
Almost died.
What is it?
I think it's a 6. Black 6.
Well, you definitely have that one. You're gonna have to use a different guitar, though.
What is it?
It's drop D.
Stratocaster.
Yeah, do the Strat, dude.
Yeah.
Here.
Give me a sec. Let me pull her up. I'm gonna change the color here. What's the Strat tune?
Holy shit. It's not in drop D? I've been wrong all my life. No shit.
Oh, it's standard.
Well, I don't know how to play it. It could be really hard now. Sorry.
Well, it's all good. You got a timer out for a minute?
Yeah. Are you ready?
I think so.
All right. Let's get it. Yeah. sick.
That's weird. I want to look at some of these.
All the way to bar
chords.
30? That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I don't know why I thought this was in fucking...
Around there somewhere.
Yeah. I think it's up to 19, but like, it doesn't matter if you go really fast.
Yeah. Well, that's what this is here, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, wow. Yeah. Bro, look. It literally says double power slide.
Oh, wow.
I don't know that's what that was called.
Interesting.
I was calling it whack a wham.
That's a little strange.
Dun, 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 dun. It's on your off of your E, bro.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It sounds like this.
God damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just faster. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Good enough.
Fuck yeah, dude. That was
horrible.
Hey. College track, man. Come on.
Oh, God. I'm going to
Time.
eat shit.
You're
Yeah.
playing the song now.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what the fuck this count in is, but it's crazy.
I don't know. It's like
I have no idea, dude.
run it all the way to bar 30.
Okay, here we go. Or restart.
Yeah, rerun that. Rerun that for sure.
Yeah, I can't hear it at all.
Yeah, that's problematic, dude.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch it right when it starts.
Just send it, bro. You'll be all right. Yay!
That is not
Yay!
terrible,
Dude,
I guess.
Come on.
Yeah,
buddy.
yeah.
Listen, what's worse? That or being O.F.P?
Huh?
What's that? What's worse? That or being O.F.P?
BNOFP.
Yeah, being on your own fucking program.
See what you fucking get.
It's gonna be so bad, dude.
Didn't do terrible.
Dude,
I
we
don't
should
feel
play
like.
a game when we get better at like Guitar Horse.
I don't think my guitar's actually in tune either. It sounded weird.
You're just pulling the one a little too hard.
It was. I couldn't find it.
Was it
Just ones. Yeah.
2 1s? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, buddy.
Fucking red.
Oh, red 3.
Red 3.
See
What
what
about red 40? They're giving our children
Oh
autism.
my god. Where's red? Is that this last one?
Yeah.
That you don't have listed?
Sorry, dude. We keep a clean house around here. We keep a clean house.
Typo.
Angry Inch.
Angry Inch. You want to play, before we pull it up, do you want to play bass or guitar?
Probably guitar, dude.
Okay.
I still need to do the bass tracks for that little ditty I'm writing, but did he do it?
Angry Inch.
I'm so mad that he crashed my baby oil stocks with Johnson & Johnson. Nobody's buying. What the fuck is this?
I don't know.
Fucking what the fuck is this? All right, it's in standard.
Yeah, we're good there.
No, not the clean.
I'm just clicking stuff to see what it looks like.
Kenny Hickey. That's the guy with the pedal that
With the hickey?
the Jessup pedals with the Max Cavalera.
That's it, man. That's the one.
All right,
You ready?
roll the tape.
Okay.
Let's see what's going on here. Is
That's
that
it, man.
24? Is just...
Yeah. All right, we'll do past this bar. We'll do past this bar.
Yeah. What does this part sound like? Oh, it's a sweepy slide. It's,
Yeah. Yeah. We'll do up to that bar.
All right.
Ready? To
Yeah, you can
27.
just go ahead and set it. I think I got this one in the bag, dude.
Okay.
Maybe.
Oh God.
And that's how you play Angry Inch, ladies.
That's it. That's the original recording right there.
Pretty much. It's punk rock, dude. That's punk rock style, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible. You didn't get absolutely railed.
No. It's just hard to figure out where the switches are. You know?
Yeah.
This is just all power chords.
Yeah.
Kind of like it, though. It's kind of groovy. You know?
Kind of fun.
That's kind of nice.
Neato.
It's kind of nice.
That's Guitar Hero for real.
Guitar Hero for real. I think we should play it more.
I do too.
I like the challenge. I like the challenge, and I like having to process that information that fast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's quick.
I think that's a good skill, probably, right?
Probably not.
It's probably worthless, really.
Yeah, honestly.
Sticks and strings, dude.
Well, what else we got?
I got one more thing.
Let's talk about it.
I gotta piss first.
Oh, God.
We're back.
We back.
Episode 59, dude. 10 away from God's number, as far as I'm concerned.
The royal number.
So, the holy number. My algorithms are fucked on social media.
Yeah.
Mostly because I use it to try to find some funny shit, get some weird information, I don't know, strange topics and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
All of it comes from the internet, right? And my perusings. And I kept running into this thing that was just strange. And I wasn't really sure about it. I didn't know anything about it. I just kind of put it off. But it's this topic called light speaking.
Okay.
And I was going to play some audio and stuff from it, but now I've decided not to, and you'll find out why soon. It's a demonic curse, and it's going to possess everybody. No, that's not true. But
it's really weird to hear, though.
Light speaking is pretty much just a jumble of syllables that are not in like a constructed manner. And I didn't understand why people were doing it, but normally it's coupled with a message that says like, this is to cleanse your living room, or this is to ward off bad vibes, or this is to brighten your mood this morning. Play this 4 times underneath your pillow at night. Like just a bunch of weird shit.
It's really strange, yeah.
Really strange. And at first I was like, oh, I'm going to take this topic on and I'm going to fucking smash these people, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, the problem is that the more I researched and wrote, I got 3 pages here. That's how fucking deep I went down the rabbit hole. The more I researched, the more I'm just like pretty much just confused. Like just pretty much confused. Like I don't know what's going on with it, because there doesn't seem to be any solid boundaries or anything. There doesn't seem to be any structure. There doesn't seem to be any like ancient texts that normally support what I would call a religion. Maybe it's not a religion. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've done more research and I've absolutely come up with nothing.
Really? Okay.
So I'm just going to get into it.
Okay.
Normally I would have this stuff structured like point A to B. Easy peasy, right?
Right.
I don't even know where to begin. So we're just going to shoot for it.
Okay.
So light speaking or light language is a language with no structure, random noises, letters, and vibrations. And then I came across more videos where I'm not even sure if this is the same belief system or the same thing. But some of them, because they kind of have like the same look about them, you know?
Yeah.
Some of them channel entities like there's like 4 or 5 kind of entities that they seem to channel. One of them are these things called Pleiadians. One of them's Arcturians, or this thing called the Galactic Council of Nine, or the Galactic Federation of Light, or the Galactic Council of 12, or, right?
Okay.
There's never any solid answers.
Yeah.
Right.
Just a huge list of things.
This is one of these ideas that seemed to me that got popular because of the internet. I don't think an idea like this would be able to like spread if it wasn't for communication as easy as the internet.
Is it a cult?
A lot of people say it is, but there doesn't seem to be like there's no like bare bones structures. And I don't know if there's like meetings or groups that people physically know each other.
What's
like
the definition?
In real life?
What's the definition of a cult? There's got to be a leader. Yeah.
Normally I recognize a cult when it's pulling somebody away from their family. That's like the best one. You know, like if someone adopts a new belief system and then turns it back on their family, then that's usually a good indicator.
Yeah.
Isolation's another good indicator.
Recording a podcast with guitars.
That could be a cult. We could be in a cult right now. The dog's our cult leader. Hey, no, don't do that. Lay down, cult leader. Stop, dude. Get off of me. It reminded me. It reminded me a lot of when you remember QAnon. Have I talked to you about QAnon?
I think so.
You're an internet guy. There's this whole section of the internet, like
I stay away from the
off
weird side of the
4chan.
internet.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, it sounds
4chan,
familiar.
QAnon. There's a strange belief structure that, and this guy named Q would drop messages and shit, and then people would decode them on the internet, on Reddit, on 4chan, on these big group sites like that, you know?
Yeah.
And it just kind of reminds me of that, but it doesn't seem like it's like, remember the guy that got arrested because he busted into the fucking pizza parlor because of Pizzagate?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're going that route. I don't think they're going to do anything violent.
Seems like a peaceful cult.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not, you know? If it's a cult. Because at first I was like, oh, these people are speaking in tongues and they're up to no good. And my first thought was we should probably start burning witches again, which, you know, that's neither here nor there.
Right.
But I watched probably 4 or 5 hours of people.
Did they get you?
Channeling. No, not a chance, dude. Not a chance. I don't want to be disrespectful for not doing anything wrong. I will make jokes, but I don't want to be like, this is a fucking load of shit.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong. But people are allowed to do whatever they want to do, and I just...
They got them.
They got me, guys. I watched about 4 hours of these people channeling these entities.
Oh, yeah. That's what I feel in here.
And one of them is like, so apparently obviously reading off of a script, like eyes darting over to a script that is like extremely obvious. You know when you're on a Zoom call and somebody looks at the screen and is reading and you can immediately tell that they're reading?
Yeah.
Like they got that fucking Matrix download face, you know what I'm talking about? Where they're just like, ooh, they kind of click out. Yeah, so that was happening. I was like, she's obviously reading a script here. My favorite one was one of the, I guess they call them gurus and stuff. There's a lot of like Indian, like Buddhist stuff going on. Okay. Yeah. But one of them was like, so we listen to sounds a lot. We like sounds. We play guitar. We record.
Right.
We're not like fucking
light speakers.
No, we're not light speakers. What I'm saying is like, we're not like ultra pro fucking studio in here, you know, but we fucking pay attention to sounds and we know what they are.
Yeah.
So like you would recognize in your edit, when you're doing editing, that if a noise gate in here just turned off,
I would hear it immediately.
it would be very obvious and you'd know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, oh, it's fucking, why'd the noise gate turn off on that microphone in the corner? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be very obvious.
See?
You could probably hear that. But
I could.
one of the gurus had the noise gate turned off in the beginning of the video. She was like, there's just so much energy in here. It's really starting to affect the microphones. And that's because the spirits of light really want to talk to us.
It's just your fucking air conditioner.
And then, and then there was a cut. And then she turned the noise gate back on after the cut.
Yeah.
Like she didn't turn it on and then press record again. Like she cut, pressed record again, and then turned the noise gate off in the beginning of that next track. And so you can hear it go, "Eeeew," like when a noise gate clamps down. You know what I mean? And she was like, all right, the spirits have greeted us and now we're ready to talk to them now that they're being quiet. And I'm like, all right, lady.
Okay.
You may be able to trick some people, but it ain't going to work around here. We know what a noise gate is, okay? We know what that is.
Professional.
Yeah. So I thought that was really funny.
That's kind of hilarious.
I was like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
The fuck even is that?
Yeah, what is that? This is where I think things started getting a little bit distasteful, in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen a single video without a Patreon or a Cash App or some form of making money off of it.
For what? Like, do they acknowledge it?
Oh, yeah. They're hustling hard. Now, technically, they're creating content, which is pretty much what we're doing. We don't have a Patreon. If we do have a Patreon, it's because we said even worse words than we normally do, and we can't put it out without, what's the lowest amount? $1 paywall or something like that?
I'm not even sure.
Sometimes you got to have a paywall to say what you want in America now, okay? But it was pretty, the donation plate was being passed around a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, what's going on? They're creating content. I get it. But like, is the content just funny? Is it about possibly learning a new skill? Is it entertaining? Or is it a belief structure that you're roping people into?
Yeah, it's a little odd.
That's where I was like, okay. Now, the guitar community does this same move. The online guitar community does the same move. $7,000 worth of lessons for only $35 a month.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
$7,000 worth of lessons. $7,000 is like fucking, Jesus, like a year of fucking school.
It's like a Taylor Swift show.
Like, yeah. The Eras tour, dude. Nosebleeds. You know what I mean? So I was like, okay, I'm seeing the same moves. Our community does it, their community does it, but I have a kind of like I don't have to convince you that guitar is real. I don't have to convince you that guitar is sick.
Yeah.
You came here because you like guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe they went there because they like spirituality. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I noticed that and I was like, what's going on? And then I'm looking at numbers that are big. $300 a month. And it's never a flat number. It's like 333 or these numbers that are believed to have some sort of like importance attached to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's still an awful lot of goddamn money. You know what I mean?
For fucking.
I was like,
For what?
This is another thing that I thought was very strange. Now, when we talk about guitar stuff, we're trying to find answers.
Yeah.
And those answers are out there, and they're recorded on thousands of books, thousands of YouTubes showing you exactly why, exactly what happens when you do this, tunings, fucking scales, all this shit. And I'm trying to learn all of it.
Yeah, there's information for everything out there.
And it's like multitude of history lessons behind guitar that you can just go and learn.
Yeah.
And they've been recorded and proven over and over and over, right? So when we talk about a technique, it's not well, I mean, sometimes I'm totally off. You know, we saw that when we re-listened to our first episode, and I was like, wow, that's absolutely stupid. Sorry I said that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But a lot of times I'm getting information on guitar from people who really, really know and really prove it when they go on stage or they make a video without any cuts, this and that. Like, there's real solid evidence.
Right.
If we weren't talking about guitar, most of the time I'm reading off a news story where we're just having a conversation, right?
Just talking.
So the organic structure of our sentences are just that, right? They convey an idea. They convey maybe a funny point or this and that. The organic sentences that they say are very slippery, right? They never really seem to convey like a strict point or a strict idea. You know what I mean? Okay. It's like a bunch of words that fit together that don't really seem to mean anything. And it seems like it's designed to be confusing and unfollowable with a metric fuckload of buzzwords.
Yeah, to make you want to...
Like chakras and spirituality and...
Seems like it makes you want to pay to see what's behind the wall, and then they got your money and it's over.
I don't even think it's that. I don't know if they have the capacity to make an organic sentence about this topic because the topic may be a load of shit.
Yeah, there's no topic.
See what I mean, though?
Yeah, no, I got you.
Couple that with a Patreon, and I'm starting to get suspicious. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be, like I said, a lot of buzzwords and like a lot of geometric tattoos.
Yeah.
You know, lots of like, almost like Rastafari hairdos, but not dreadlocks, kind of headbands, scarfy pendants and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kind of hippie-ish.
Yeah. None of them look like a unit, like somebody that would be like, oh, this person knows how to handle business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
None of them seem like intimidating in any way, shape, or form whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know?
Professionally.
And all the fucking audio is trash. The audio quality in all of them are just like Zoom.
Oh, these dudes are just walking around collecting is what's happening.
I don't know.
They created some weird thing to intrigue internet people, and they're walking around collecting.
I mean,
sounds
it
like
looks like a duck. You know what I mean?
Sounds like they're winning.
It looks like a duck.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it is pretty serious.
It might be a goose, but it's still a fucking bird. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Strange.
So I watched another channeling video, and sometimes they claim that they can see the future by talking to the aliens, the Galactic Council. Right. And I watched a video of these two people having a Zoom call, one nerdy little looking guy, and then one of like the really popular channelers or gurus or whatever they want to call themselves at the time.
Just call them gurus.
Sometimes they make up their own names like Persephone and stuff. Like ancient Greek names.
Yeah.
Athena, Persephone, and like names like goddesses, you know?
Yeah.
From history. But the video was about who's going to win the election. And it was before the results came out. And pretty much what the lady said that the entities were telling her was that because when Trump got shot in the ear, everybody was so focused on that moment that it shifted the astral planes of the universe, and now Trump has the ability to win the election. Okay. I don't know about you, but when Trump got shot, I was like, Mr. President, it doesn't really matter now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, everybody kind of knew that after he got shot. So it wasn't really like a, you know what I mean? Like, you're not getting rich on the stock market with that kind of mechanics. You know what I mean?
Wasn't a club come to Glorb meeting.
It was a solid 80-20 bet. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like 80% of the time you're going to win, you know?
Yeah.
But the aliens don't like Trump that much. It just all seems to be like a lot of the people involved, their political opinions all lean to the far left.
Uh-huh.
And like, I was like, okay. So I just keep digging into this stuff, you know? Another point that I thought was kind of interesting is they go on these big rambles, kind of like how I'm rambling right now.
Yeah.
It may not be interesting, you know?
It is interesting.
But you're looking at me.
Yeah.
And you're absorbing what I'm saying.
I am.
When they go on these strange sentence structure rambles, not the light speaking, but like just saying stuff about whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The other person in the Zoom call is like visibly bored.
That's hilarious.
And visibly like fidgeting with shit and like looking on other shit on their screen. Like obvious, like what I do when I had to go to class on the computer for college.
Yeah.
It was like that. You see fucking 14 faces that are just tuned the fuck out. So you recognize that, you know? And every time whoever's talking, they both do it to each other, but whoever's talking just goes on a fucking rant and the other one just shuts down.
That's really funny.
Like immediately until they want to talk, and then they find a question and they come in. You know what I mean? I was like, okay.
Weird.
Why aren't you listening? Or do you realize that she ain't really saying a whole lot? You know what I mean? She's saying a lot of words, but she ain't saying shit.
It's weird.
Another thing that I thought was crazy is I actually dug into the Reddit side of this shit.
Uh-oh.
That's when things got fucking real interesting, dude. Because Reddit, everybody gets on that thing. So on YouTube, it'll show you the algorithm, and whatever you're going to watch, that's what it's going to show you, you know? So YouTube's like isolated little clusters, right? So if I turn on my YouTube on my Xbox, it's going to be guitars, death metal, and fucking video games and cooking. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has an algorithm, and those videos just keep popping up, and I don't really explore much because that's what I watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Reddit, it's different. Reddit is just fucking haywire everywhere. You can see random shit constantly.
Right.
It doesn't have as tight of an algorithm as YouTube.
I think it's a good thing.
So other people get involved that are not, you know, drinking the Kool-Aid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these people go up on Reddit and they get fucking dunked on hard. And I thought that was hilarious. And in the process of being dunked on, one of the gurus or the channelers said, because everything is multidimensional, the information I'm giving you is not information. It's just information from a different perspective or dimension.
Yeah, that basically just means you're not saying shit.
It means I can say whatever I want, and it's true because it's from a different dimension. You know what I mean?
You're just not saying anything.
You're just not saying anything, you know? And then the Redditors fucking had their ass against the wall. Yeah. They fucking freaked, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like angry gang of Redditors.
That'll make anybody rethink their life choices.
Yeah, dude, it'll make me log off, bro.
Yeah. It's really funny.
Yeah. So it's like choose your own adventure-y kind of thing, you know?
That's weird as fuck.
I know, dude. That's what I'm telling you. I had no idea how to organize any of this shit because it was just like,
there's no solid anything.
what the fuck? Yeah, dude. There's no like cut and dry anything. And then I started researching about the Galactic Federation of Light.
Yeah.
And then I wrote like 3 bullet points here, and then I realized that it's either a indie video game or it's a video game made after this belief system, or it's a website that just has words on it. I don't know if they're attached because we're getting conflicting views here pretty much every time I started researching. One said the Federation was invented 4.5 million years ago. There's 200,000 star nations because every star has a member that they send up into outer space to commune with the
we send all of
House
ours?
of Representatives. You know, I don't know.
I want to send all of ours.
And like 40% of them are humans or humanoids. One council was 9, some are 12. And I thought it was really funny that it said the council of 12. Right? There is a very prominent religion. And there was a God and there was 12 people around him.
What is that?
The fucking 12 apostles of Christ.
Oh.
Fucking weird.
Yeah.
But you pick the same fucking number. You know what I mean?
They're just making shit up, dude. Someone's just
dude, the whole thing just kind of reminds me of fucking Warhammer, honestly. Dude.
Yeah, it sounds real lore based and it's fucking weird, dude.
Lore based.
It does.
It's a lore based religion.
It's fucking weird. I don't know about this. I think people need to have less time on their hands.
It just seems like nobody can get on the same fucking page with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is where this last part that I kind of researched a little bit, this is where I was like, what the fuck is this? One was one of those things where I'm like, all right, you got the fucking bad audio, you got the fucking noise gate clamping down, you got people being bored with each other.
Patreon.
You got the Patreon, you got all these things, right? And you got all these Buddhist style words.
Yeah.
Where you can hit enlightenment. Like that's Buddhism.
Yeah, they're just finding
chakras and all this stuff.
Finding hot words.
They label themselves on Reddit as like intellectuals or mystics, right? And then they get torn to pieces.
Yeah.
And then I found this other website that I'm pretty sure has something to deal with it, where it was one of those like top 4 or 5 Google. So, you know, there's like a severe amount of capital behind this endeavor. You know what I mean? Yeah. And the council, this one actually was 15 or something. I don't know.
Some random number.
Yeah, I don't know. But they took gods from history. They took deities from history and said that they were actually part of the council, and that the Council of Light sprinkled these names throughout history to tell us about themselves, right?
Okay.
And so apparently Michael the Archangel is very good at IT work, like computers. The Archangel Michael from the Bible.
Sure.
That's what the website said, bro.
All right.
And Lucifer is not Satan, and he's good at music and freedom of thought.
These people lost their damn mind.
And yeah, like I said, the council seeded these names in history, apparently. And
the undetermined council of however many.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on board. 100% agreed.
So they took like, and then there's like Athena and like the Mars god of war, and there's Isis from the Egyptian lore.
Yeah.
You know, not those, you know, mean guys over there, but
not the mean boys.
Yeah, not those meanies. But they took all these gods from different religions, and it almost looks like they're using them as a tool to convert people from their original religion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of it is very strange. And then you hear the light speaking, and then you're like, what the fuck? That's how I found it. There's some random person, and it sounds like it sounds like Star Wars talk, dude.
Yeah, it sounds like I need to not be on the internet.
Yeah. And I think to close this segment out, I have a solution.
Send them all
not
to the
it's
council.
not putting the people in the bag and putting them in the river and seeing if they float or sink to determine if they're a witch. It's not that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I just said I think these people need a couple beers and some hard times. You know?
Yeah, I think they just need to do some manual labor for a while.
They need to go to the brick yards in the Congo or something and figure out.
Stop being so fucking bored.
Yeah,
go do something,
dude. It literally, like, if you could have turned this into a video game, it'd probably be sick as fuck, dude.
Yeah, maybe that's what they just need to sit down and fucking turn into a AAA game studio. And
I don't know if this was me or not, but I swear to God, I saw some connotations from fuck, what's that fucking? It was a great trilogy video game back on Xbox. You're N7 Spectre. Type in N7 Spectre. Yeah. Mass Effect. Yeah, dude. I swear to God, some of the shit was like, bro, that's from fucking Mass Effect, dude. Yeah.
That'd be really funny for some of that to get tied in there. Just
I'll tell you what,
video
though.
Game shit.
I can honestly say that it was a good fucking read, bro.
Yeah, it seems really funny.
It was a good read. It was a good read. It was really interesting.
Well, if you understand light speaking and all that stuff,
we'd love to have you in the studio. We're not going to debate you. We're not going to tear you to pieces or anything like that.
Probably.
We're going to make jokes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just a strange phenomenon here in 2025, dude. I'll show you the websites after this.
Yeah. All right. Well, is that what we got?
Episode 59. You know where to find us. Play guitar.
Play guitar.